So once you have videos created, keep in mind too, if you have something that's unlisted, you are not able to add them to your channel for the public. If you make your videos public, then you can bring them in and, make these playlists and things like that. You can still make a playlist with unlisted content, but it's not going to be searchable at the public level. I hope that made sense. So all these videos that I have on my channel right now are public videos that anyone who comes to my channel, whether you're at EHT or not, are able to view the content here. If you keep your videos unlisted, you can make yourself a playlist, but the kids are not going to be able to like search for it on YouTube. So I'm scrolling down here just to show you that all of these things here, all of these are playlists that I made. Like there's a whole playlist of the Board of Education meetings that every time we do a Board of Education meeting, I have it that it automatically is populating into this playlist. So people have, shared this playlist, or there's like links to be able to access it quickly, that they know that they can come back and look for the most recent meeting. So that would be an example of what a playlist would be able to do. You can customize these. Oh, sorry. My video is playing in the background. And you can see customized channel. That's where you'd be able to do more of that. You'll have more options when you have more content available to you to be able to manipulate in here. But that's kind of what it looks like when you're inside of YouTube. If you wanted to go and see playlists, like you can see I have playlists that I've created and also playlists that are saved in here. If I go to library, YouTube Studio account, sorry. So when you're in your YouTube Studio account, this is where you're able to access, like if there was any comments made, like some videos I have on here, I didn't specifically say that they were only for kids, and that's where I'll end up getting, like the Board of Education meeting is not really specifically for students, so I leave that as a public thing. And then every once in a while, I got to monitor the fact that there's comments that'll come in. I don't have it automatically set to, I'll accept all comments. I have them like sort of withheld from the public. But, those are really minutiae kind of things. So this right here is all the playlists I have access to. Did everyone see that? If I wanted to make myself a new playlist, all I have to do is click new playlist, name the playlist. So right now it's blank. I would have to click on these three dots to add videos that I want to add. So you could type the direct name of something, or you could just type in things that you want to search for. So I could choose this video, add it, and now that'll be in as an option for the students to watch in my playlist. I can add an infinite amount of videos in one playlist. I would probably recommend that you, if you decide you're going to use playlists regularly, that you organize it into like topics, sort of like you might for Google Classroom. So if there's something on a specific chapter, like you're doing something with plant cells, maybe have a whole video playlist related to plant cells. And then maybe if you move on to the next chapter, you have a whole playlist related to that, just so they don't lose track of which videos are related to what topic. And all you have to do is share that playlist into Google Classroom, and the students would have access to all the videos that you add in that playlist. So we're pretty much at the same place I wanted to be yesterday too, with about the half an hour or so left. I'm going to share this instead. At this point, I guess I wanted to hear, now that you've had some time to see a little bit more of the post-production side, see what it looks like to add video to YouTube. You know how to add things into Google Classroom if you wanted. Is there any questions or things that you were still hoping to see before we closed out?
Deanna, do you have a suggestion? When Oliver, your student Oliver, helped me with the Screencastify's, and he said, no, you have to keep your comments or try to keep them at like a minute and a half. He said, nobody wants to listen to you for longer than that, Ms. Grossman. So, which is probably very true. But when I tried to do that video this morning for a class. I was at 4 minutes before I knew it. And like, is there a rule of thumb? I know we're here for 2 hours, but we're interactive. It's not just someone droning on. You know what I mean?
I do. I would say that I mean, that was probably pretty good advice on Oliver's part. He means well. He probably didn't mean it to come across anything other than good advice.
No, I took it that way.
Well, I would say that I mean, I've filmed myself for tutorial videos and things. Unofficially, you want to try to keep it to under 3 minutes if you're doing short videos like that. 90 seconds, I mean, that would be even better. But in reality, if you keep it like, and 3 minutes is sort of like a mental block. Like if you get over that 3 minute number, then they think the video is too long. If you keep it to like 2 minutes and 57 seconds, for some reason they forget that it's only 3 minutes short, or 3 seconds shorter than 3 minutes. I would say when possible, just from watching your video earlier, to try to think of how you would split it into sections. So you have one part where you talk about the website, then you talk about like some of the database tools that they could search for, or how they could get a library card. Like there could be a whole video just on like how you would get a library card and the benefits of a library card. And, I know you could expand on the part that you talked about there. But that in itself, like if that's related to that student, they're going to watch the library card video and they may not watch another part that they already know or doesn't apply to them. So that's where the playlist part would be beneficial, though, because you could put a whole playlist of welcome to the virtual library and, anything related to how to log into somewhere or how to access their password for something, or, using Google Classroom to communicate with you. Like all of those could be little subsections inside a larger playlist.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure. I just want to thank you all again for hanging out. I know listening to me for 2 hours is, whew. But I wanted to cover as much as I could in this short period of time we had. And, I think that a lot of you found from doing the videos in the last 24 hours that you found that it is some work, but in reality it can be fun. And it can add a nice piece to whatever you might be doing with your students in the fall. So I hope that, thanks, Kathy. If there's anything else I can do to help you navigate the video editing world, I'd be happy to do that. And I'll continue to hang out here for anybody's, if they've got a Q&A or just want me to see anything going on with their screen, I'll be hanging out for a little bit.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What would be the benefit of putting all your videos on YouTube? Is it more of an organization for the students?
Part of it is an organization. Part of it also is, as I started to allude to, if the student does not have a very good connection internet-wise, YouTube will automatically adjust the size and the playback quality to whatever device they're on. So if they don't have a great connection, it won't play in high definition, but at least it'll still play for them. The other thing is with Google Drive, it happened a little last year. If you have too many videos up on Google Drive and if they're accessed too many, like there's like an overload of kids accessing our domains Google Drive at the same time, the videos may occasionally not play. So you may get students who say, oh, the video's not working, but really it was just the time of day that they were on there, and a lot of kids happen to be in EHT accessing a video at the same time. So that would be a problem that you could run into with doing it straight from Google Drive.
Hi, Leanna. I have a quick question.
Sure.
I did my video this morning and I brought it into the Photos app and I cleaned it up, trimmed it, but then I could not open my iMovie on my phone.
Okay.
So can you see it?
Can you hold up a little higher to the screen? So you have the iMovie app? Yes.
Right. So when I click on it, it opens and closes.
Oh. Okay.
So the only thing I can think is perhaps I deleted it at some point, but it didn't delete the icon. Do you think?
That's possible. Probably the first thing I would try is, as lame as it sounds, would be to turn off the phone completely and turn it back on. If that doesn't fix it, You know, you can hold it down to delete that icon.
Right.
I would probably delete it and then see if you can reinstall it.
Yeah, when I do that, it does come up where it says I could select new movie.
Okay.
But when I select it, it opens up and then closes again.
That to me almost sounds like a compatibility problem. How old is your phone? Like what kind of phone? Like
It's an iPhone 10. It's fairly new.
And that's the only app that gives you that kind of problem?
No, I just tried a couple other ones and the GarageBand doesn't work. It does the same thing, opens, closed. Clips, if I click on that, it just opens and closes. But then the others, the others work.
Okay. I might have to do a little bit more research, but if it's multiple apps, it sounds like there's something wrong with your iOS like download. I'll have to. I don't know the answer off the top of my head, but it doesn't sound like it's an iMovie problem exactly. It sounds like it's more of a compatibility with your iOS on your phone.
Okay. But could I have potentially, deleted some of these apps, but then the icons stayed on, or would the icons be deleted?
I mean, it's possible, but usually that would be like, it wouldn't let you get that far. Like for you to be able to see the app still, to then close out, it normally would then like disappear if it wasn't actually there, or tell you to re-download it.
Okay.
Yeah, I wish I had a better answer off the top of my head, but I'd have
okay.
to.
Well, I'll just turn my phone on and off and see if that helps. But thank you.
Yeah, sure.